My name is Sumaya Akbar and I'm a representative on the Simi Valley Youth Council. During our Multicultural Festival, we're exploring many of the different cultures represented in our community. Today we're at India Grocery and Spices, located at 1750 East Los Angeles Avenue, to dive into my favorite part of learning about new cultures, trying new food. Let's go. Now when you first walk in, you'll see various signs in the aisles. Now this one says dal and the other one says atta. Spelled either D-A-L-S or D-A-A-L-S, the signs that says dal means that this is the section for different types of lentils. There are 50 different types of lentils in India, and lentils are very prominent in Indian foods and are even a staple in many South Asian cuisine. Some of the basic types of lentil include masoor dal, which is a brown dal that cooks under 10 minutes, moong dal, which is a green lentil that needs to soak for 4 hours before being cooked, and urad dal, which is a black lentil that brings a slimy but unique texture to soup after boiling. It's actually the main ingredient in a famous South Indian dish called dosa. Now, growing up, dal was definitely a staple in my house. We eat it almost every single day, sometimes in a soup, sometimes by itself. There's actually one specific dish called kachi pakki dal, which translates to raw cooked dal. And so basically we'd have every night, sometimes with rice by itself or with roti, which is a traditional flatbread. Speaking of flatbread, let's move to atta. Now, atta is an Indian wheat flour that is responsible for all those yummy Indian flatbreads. In contrast to Western flavors, Indian flour is ground in stone mills called chakkis, which produce considerable heat and cause starch damage, which is essentially damage to the wheat protein. This makes atta an ideal for flatbreads like chapati and roti. There are also different variations of the flour, like the Indian sharbati atta. The Indian sharbati atta is a kind of flour exclusively made with wheat from Madhya Pradesh, an area that has no large-scale irrigation system due to natural phenomenon like high potassium content in the soil, rain irrigation, and low humidity. This creates a wheat that is naturally 1 to 2% higher in protein content than other wheats. For other kinds, you can use atta to make chapati, roti. Another type of bread is called shirmal, which is a really sweet and popular bread, sometimes eaten as dessert by itself. Now, I'm getting a little hungry now. Let's go on to the pastry case at the store. Now, India Grocery and Spices also has this pastry case where they sell fresh goods every day. Now, these are called mithai, which means sweets, and they're often distributed at weddings or big events in people's lives. So we have something called kala jamun, which is dark jamun, and we have regular jamun, and they're basically, I would describe them as kind of like donuts, but soaked in syrup. Which they're very good. They're actually my favorite kinds of sweets. Then we have another one called jam jam, which is also very similar to the jamun, as in it's a fried dough soaked in syrup. This is called barfi, which is also a very, very popular sweet. And all of these mithai or sweets are very big in South Indian and just South Asian culture in general, because they're a way to bring people together and they bring a lot of happiness. Now, it wouldn't be a food video if we didn't try the food. So, I have gulab jamun, which are fried dough soaked in syrup, in a sugary syrup. They're very sweet, and they're actually my favorite kind of sweet as well. So, I'll be taking a bite of this. Here we go. This brings back many memories of weddings, birthdays, any big momentous occasion. It's soft and cold, and it's sweet, and it has like a kind of doughy but like mushy texture that's pleasing. So I highly recommend that you try this. I'm chewing. Okay, now, thank you so much for following us on this tour of India Grocery and Spices. We hope that you have the opportunity to try some new flavors here, and see you at our next multicultural events. And if you haven't, please follow us, the Simi Valley Youth Council, on our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube page at Simi Valley Youth Council. Bye.
Perfect.